Hi. So today's vlog is going to be about what has been coming up in terms of secrets and old wounds. It's the Today is the day that I reconcile with work, money, education, and as the time draws near for me to walk my walk and not talk my talk, um, related to that is a concept that you can live your whole life and you can do everything right and walk everything perfectly. Where my definition of walking perfectly would be, for example, going the easy route of going to school, excelling at school, uh, getting into a brand name university and a first rate university, even though the teaching may be up and down in terms of standard. But anyway, get a degree, and then from the degree and from social relationships and connections, let's say we get a job, and then like stand your place in the job, and you can do all of that, and everything can be given to you, but it it's the analogy is precisely like that scene in the Bible when the sheep fell into a ditch on a Sabbath day, on a holiday, and on the seventh day, where God rests, for example. And Jesus said, if you know what you're doing, then what you do is a blessing. But if you don't know what you're doing, what you do is a curse. So it's that whole question of awareness, enjoyment, and attention to detail, where no matter what I do at every stage that I'm in, I'm with myself, and I should be applying this self into everything that I do. So an example of that would be waking up in the mornings at a specific time. And this morning I practiced 3-2-1 of the 5-4-3-2-1 fame, popularized by Mel Robbins. I shortened it to 3-2-1, and I kept on going 3-2-1, 3-2-1, and my eyes would not open. I would not open my eyes. So I counted my failures: 3-2-1, 3-2-1, 3-2-1. And there is actually a point where you count your failures and you begin to wonder to yourself, like, when am I going to succeed? Or when am I going to do what I decided to do? And there's nothing and no one that is interfering with my decision. It's just me. And I got a glimpse of that in when waking up. And I planned on waking up at 8 a.m., but I procrastinated and I failed until 9 a.m. But it's still better than my usual, which is 10:30 a.m. So, like the self-improvement guys say, it's all about incremental improvements and practicing until perfect. And there's also the point of whatever you do that is new, like waking up earlier than usual, it's going to be difficult. So you just practice until it becomes natural. And going back to the beginning of this vlog, around old wounds and relishing what is here, and also the awareness point. And just like a side cell, I've been listening to the Life Review series on EQAF, EQAFE, and they really helped me. Like if I listen with attention to detail, I really learned a lot from the Life Review series on EQAF. And what else? So, because my life at this moment is imperfect and filled with mistakes, as it should be, there's an implication that I'm referencing something that is perfect, or being so wretched and pitiful, I'm implying something noble and great that I define as noble and great. And the definition of that is getting your education, getting your job, and being financially independent and doing whatever the hell you want. But I ask myself, if one day I reclaimed all of these things, the education, the work, the job, and there are some things that don't change, like the open-ended question that's always hanging in the air like an omnipotent presence. What are you going to do with your life? Will you set your life to a greater purpose? What are you? Who are you? And prove it in what you do. So even if I got all of those things and I walked perfectly as defined by me, I still, the process doesn't shift or change one bit. Its core principles of process is self-forgiveness in self-honesty and self-corrective application, also interpreted as self-commitment statements that you apply. And I got pretty far in terms of understanding the design of my life, the design of my character, what role I played in the past. Just using these three things: self-honesty, self-forgiveness, self-corrective application. And I am grateful for myself for doing the work, but there's always more work to be done. And the longer I walk this life, the more I get a sense that there is no such thing as perfect. Like, it's that illusion of the grass is greener on the other side. That's what perfect is. That's what beauty is. Beauty is when you believe yourself to be this, so you want that. I'm at the end of my rope. There's not much else I want to share for now. Thanks all. Bye.